Oh boy, this is a doozy. Now, believe it or not, folks, this is a video talking about Amanda, and I was actually against doing these kind of videos, but after some pushing by various other subscribers and the fact that people keep asking, yeah, the show's off for several more months. Well, technically a few more months. And yeah, Greenleaf is coming back in a couple weeks. I'll be reviewing that. The Oval. A lot of people have been telling me, watch David Makes Man. If you have watched that show, comment your thoughts on it. Apparently, they have the YouTube premiere on YouTube, on the own YouTube channel. So I will make the effort to watch it this week. So I will at least attempt to watch it and let you know my thoughts on it. And then I'll let you know if I'm going to review it or not. But in any case, this video is talking about a very, very highly requested what if. What if Amanda Cryer never died? I've been hesitant because there are so many liberties to take on this, but you know what? The fact that people tell me like, hey man, you're good when it comes to theories and you ought to write your own stuff, Tyler Perry doesn't hire you and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I was overthinking this. The reason I never wanted to do these is because, man, there's just so much that would change and whatnot. But I see this as an opportunity to kind of, roll up my sleeves and talk from where I think the story should go, which I do anyway with the show, but with characters I love, the ones that were killed off and the ones I thought were fine. So with that being said, Chandler and I were talking about it, and I think we were both kind of going back and forth about what if Amanda was to Candace what Erica was to Candace, or what if Amanda hooked up with Warlock, not just Quincy. But I think for this video, and based off of how well this video does, I might make a part 2, part 3 specifically on Amanda, because there are so many layers to unpeel with this. Wait, unpeel, is that a word? There are so many layers to go through with this. Yeah, whatever. But in any case, I need to kind of set the story, because let's just say that this time, if you watched Avengers Endgame or if you watched The Flash, then there's a lot of time travel involved. I know people who watch Doctor Who and they just know so much about it. My knowledge of time travel stuff is limited and timelines. So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, I know there are probably some viewers who will eat this theory alive in what if video. Let's say this takes place off from the main timeline of the haves and the have-nots. So if I mention various characters, or I might skip over characters, well, they were in the show. Look, this is a what if, okay? Not an exactly kind of video. So with that being said, let's say this takes place during what originally was season 2, but now season 1. Amanda staying with Candace. This is after she got raped by Professor Cannon. This is around the time that the Little Lizzie situation have already happened. Wyatt, the hit and run with Little Lizzie and Benny. And we have Amanda and Candace trying to get her inheritance from her parents. That's kind of where we're at here. Now, from one angle, let's just say that they are unsuccessful with getting the inheritance money. We know Amanda wanted to quit law school, so she quit law school. But guess what? She quit law school. Her parents aren't funding her. In a way, Amanda is getting cut off by her parents, just like Veronica cut off Jeffrey after he came out. Remember, she took the apartment, cut off his phone, disabled his credit cards and everything. So that's why he stayed with Amanda and Candace at the beginning of that season. I'm just going to call it season 2 bump it. This is how I know it. So yeah, at the beginning of season 2, Amanda is distraught because I remember at the beginning, I think the episode was called The Black Sedan. Basically, Candace and Amanda go over to the Cryer estate to pretty much demand the inheritance. But before going in the house, Amanda's unsure about everything. And what she does is she questions what if we, what if I get the money, but no, what if I let my parents hold it and they give me a allowance that way, because I can't handle that much money. Basically, she's self-aware. And I believe in the previous season that Catherine told Hannah, what's the point of the inheritance money? Because if I give it to Wyatt, it will just disappear in a cloud of smoke, and Amanda would give it to the first person who asked. And then, of course, Jim said various times throughout the series that he and Catherine failed to teach the children about how to handle money. Yeah. I'm glad that they're self-aware like that. Too bad it's too late. But in any case, Amanda was like, well, what if I get a job? what if I get a job what if I get an internship and it's like, Amanda, 99% of interns aren't paid. I forgot the exact number, but as someone who, once I graduated college and whatnot, yeah, I learned the hard way. It sucks to find a job right out the gate. And then she was like, what if I work at the library? And then, Candace was rattling off the details about how pitiful those amounts were compared to the freaking millions you can have based off your legal contract that your grandfather put together in his will. So let's say that her parents, say, hey, if you don't quit law school, let's just pretend this entire conversation never happened, and we'll give you the allowance and everything you want from the inheritance. But based on Candace's pushing, Amanda literally flops. Basically, her parents cut her off, which is actually pretty sad because, knowing Candace for who she is, letting their daughter be with Candace, because I think even Catherine said a couple times, oh yeah, I could just see you all over her, because Amanda was showing attitude and whatnot. She was showing a Candace-like persona, and Catherine was aware of this. So basically, what I'm saying is, Amanda might become an escort. What did Candace say about Erica? You were once my bottom whore, my bottom bitch, and I help you rise up. What if it's a pimp Candace situation? I don't know if it will be that bad though. I don't think it will be as bad as, Amanda being slapped around and whatnot by Candace, because, Candace knows she isn't fully there mentally. But what if, we have Amanda just feeling sick and tired of being bossed around by Candace? Because when you think about it, Candace could look at this as two ways. Like, I could hold on to Amanda because I know her parents will eventually give her the money or whatever because they don't want her to be associated with me. Or it will get to a point where she's like, okay, I have this useless girl with me. She's not bringing in any money. Her parents aren't budging, so she's useless to me. So it gets to the point where maybe Quincy enters the equation just like he did in the main timeline. And does Candace get abducted by the Malones? Let's say... well, we do need her out of the picture long enough for Quincy to meet up with Candace. So yeah, let's say that the Malones abduct Candace, but not for her ruining Jim's campaign party. Well, maybe she did do that, but maybe the reasoning wouldn't be because she thought that Benny was dead, but because of the fact that the Criers aren't budging when it comes to the inheritance money, and then Jim kidnaps her because of the fact that he doesn't want any interruptions in his campaign, but also because, for a lack of a better phrase, Amanda is almost being held hostage by Candace until they relinquish the inheritance money. So he would have similar reasons for Candace to be abducted. So Candace is taken away. So during the time that Candace is away, Amanda's feeling bad about herself because she's not good at escorting. Quincy comes over and everything happens the way it happens in the main timeline to get close, but then she takes a gun and points it at him. Then he leaves. So then we get to the point where Candace comes back from the Malones and gets the phone call, or I think she calls Amanda, pretty much saying, hey, where are you? Oh, I'm back at my parents' house now. So she goes back to her parents' house in the main timeline too. And the conversation comes up about her meeting Quincy, learning about how you have a son, you didn't tell me, and basically recognizing the fear that Candace is showing over the phone. Amanda decides that her and Quincy can team up and pretty much take Candace down, almost like how Erica, who was working for Candace, ended up being linked up to Warlock, and then those two, rained down on him. So one could argue that things could get so bad for Candace that she might actually try to get help from her other escort trainee, if you will, Erica, and then possibly getting muscle from Warlock, lighting the candle at both ends, not knowing that you are once again dealing with the devil on both sides and Candace is screwed. So I will say, and I'll just say one more thing. If you're wondering, well, Jeremy, that's an interesting notion, but why would Amanda turn on Candace? Now, it goes back to the episode Checkmate, basically when Quincy beat Jim's ass and pretty much revealed that your dad, he's been screwing Candace. What? And then we pretty much get confirmation that Amanda was putting together the pieces all season. all the times that Candace would come home late after studying with you, and you would smell, and she would smell like your perfume and this and that, pretty much figuring out that those two were having an affair, but she didn't get confirmation yet. So what happened was she ran up to her room and locked herself in. I believe that's what Catherine said. And oh yeah, that's right. The last thing Jim said to his daughter was a lie, because she's like, look at me and tell me that what Quincy said was true. And then it's like, your boyfriend Quincy is lying. And then that's it. That's the last thing he ever said to his daughter. So the thing about it is, and here's what made me mad about the finale, it was lackluster, because I really wanted to see if Amanda was having like a psychological breakdown between the time where she ran upstairs in her room to when she was running around the house with the gun playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and then got killed herself. I mean, that would have been a great time to have her, like, you know, her sanity teetering, you know, between learning that the person she considered a best friend was using her, and then, you know, maybe she would blame Candace for what happened with Professor Cannon, even though technically it wasn't her fault. It was pretty much, you know, by being with Candace in the apartment, he assumed she was an escort, leading to her being raped. So what does she blame? There will be so many things that Amanda would blame Candace for, kind of shoving her into the enemy territory, basically realizing she was nothing to Candace but a pawn, and her life is ruined because of her. And then she would use that as fuel to become an enemy. So I think Alice said this to Veronica when she quit her job as a maid. It's always the ones you think who don't have any power who have the most power at all, more power than anyone else. I forgot the exact quote. I know it was one of my favorite quotes, which is sad that I don't remember it. But basically she was saying it's always the people you feel, you know, can't do much being the ones who can have the most power over you. So once again, Amanda flipping the tables over on Candace would be something else. So it would be insane. And I really feel when it comes down to it, Amanda and Quincy together will be an interesting combination, because initially you can look at Amanda and Quincy being like Quincy. I think that Amanda said that $12 million, and then Quincy's, you know, eyes kind of lit up. So maybe it was a situation where, you know, Amanda was being used by Quincy, but then Quincy seeing a fire in her, like, you know, being able to point a gun at him and not really wanting to be called crazy. Quincy might hang with her for a while, but for all we know, Amanda might turn on him and kill him. I don't know. You just never know. So with that being said, let's end this video here for right now. You know, like, this is kind of like a rough draft. I do have notes and I was reading off of them, but it's kind of a rough draft. But if you like this video and you want me to do kind of more what if style videos, let me know. There are a couple more I want to do, like what if what if Jeffrey and Melissa got married? Not necessarily married, but let's just say the actual wedding. I want to do a video about Amanda's funeral. Well, that's not really a what if, but, well, technically it is, but I'll do videos on that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I feel like this is kind of fun. It's almost like a fan fiction kind of thing, but yeah, this is very good. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. If this video gets that 5,000 views before Saturday, and, you know, a lot of people, you know, give it a thumbs up, I will do a part 2. So let me know your thoughts, subscribe, and hopefully we'll hit 90,000 subscribers soon, because I really want to do a Medea DVD giveaway. And yeah, I'll chat with you later. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.